Hey, it's John Cam back again with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about HTML tags. In the last video, I showed you some tags, but I'm going to show you, some common tags that I normally use, when I'm building websites. Um, so let's take a look. Alright, so I left the information that I had from the last video of HTML trying to show you how to do the setup to pretty much setting up the website. Now I want to talk about tags, HTML tags. So basically, as you can see, we already have a few tags here already, like the doc type, that's a tag, HTML, header, title, body, and header 1. So all of these are considered tags. And then the one with the forward slash is considered as a closing tag. So pretty much you're closing this out. So basically, let's start at the H1, which we have one already. Now, H1, pretty much the H stands for header. So it's pretty much the title, the heading title of a book, or like a title of a newspaper or whatever. And you get to do up to 6 of these. So just to show you that you can do, well, I don't know, yeah, you can do up to 6. That's about it. So I'm just gonna copy these a few times. Alright, and then we just change the numbers here. And you gotta also change them over on the end tags. As you can see, they're in red, so it's telling you that it's not correct. Which that's one thing I like about using brackets. It kind of show you like what's wrong and things of that nature. If you was to use a notepad, you wouldn't even see that. But anyways, this is how you would pretty much set it up from H1 to H6, and the same thing goes for the closing H1 to H6. Then you would just go into it, which let me pull it up here. Now we got the hello world for the first one. Now what's going to happen is once we hit the save button, it's going to make H1 is going to be the largest and H6 is going to be the smallest. It's just going to go from largest to smallest. So let me do that now and see if it'll allow me to save. There we go. Alright, so let's pull this back up and hit refresh. And there we go. As you can see, we got hello world, and it's getting smaller and smaller as we go down. Alright, so that's one tag. One of the most common tags. Another tag is the P tag. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these, and then we're going to add a P tag. And give you the closing when you're using the bracket. But don't forget, if you're not using brackets and you're using a standard notepad, then just just remember to put this ending backslash P here with the lower greater than and less than sign. Okay, and then inside of here, the P, let's go with that. The P stands for paragraph. So pretty much you're gonna put your paragraph inside of the P. So we're gonna type in, whatever. It don't matter. You can type whatever you want, just for a paragraph. All right. So you can just see how this work out. So when you hit save, and then we're gonna go back over here and hit refresh, and you can't see everything. Let me pull it in. Well, it's still cut off. Let me pull that in. All right. So there you go. So this is our paragraph. We created a paragraph and threw it right on the screen for you. All right. Now you can structure this however you want once you learn CSS. But for now you won't be able to until you learn how to use CSS, which I will teach you later down the road sometime. But let's pull this back to the side. Let's go back over here. And then you know how a header is. Let's put the header back in just so you can see what the header will look like with your paragraph. So you got header 1, and then we say hello, I guess. And just hit enter. Oh, sorry, not enter. We want to save that. and then you come back over here, hit refresh. Refresh over here, and there you go. Now you got a title with a paragraph. Alright, but let's move on. Let's get rid of this. The next one I want to talk about is let's see what else we have here. We have a button. So I want to talk about the button, right? So you can do button in two different ways. So you can actually put the word button. So you put BUTTON. You can also do a generator. It automatically pops it up. So this is how it go with the button. And then inside of the button, you'll put whatever you want to do. So you'll say submit. And then you just hit save. And it should create your button when we hit refresh. Now we have a button, as you can see. Now you can also do this button with the input button. If we was to come out of here and go input, oops, forgot the say input, and I don't think you need to close the input for this one. Yeah, I don't think you need to close input if I'm correct. So basically what you have to do, this is something different, so I'll tell you about this later. But we're going to do a type, and then we're going to call it button. Oops. Okay, I'm messing up all up over here. So we'll do a button. And I think it's value. That'll give it the name, so we'll say submit again. And we can save that. And let's hit refresh. And of course, it gives us the same button because it's the same thing. It's just now we call it input. And just so you can see it's different, I'm going to just change it to, let's say send. Right? And just hit save, go back and hit refresh, and now it says send. So it's two ways you can do the button. You can also do a button by creating it probably with another one we call div, which you would do a div, div, and then you'll put the closing tag div. And basically a div tag is pretty much like a box. I mean, it's like an area that you can add things in there. So you can put whatever you want. You can put tags within tags, like paragraph headers within inside of there. What else? Images, whatever you want to put in there. And that's another thing we're going to come to is, well, we're not going to do images, not as of yet, but let's go to, we're going to do some other structures like header. You can also use, which is a HTML5 standard. So you use header now for your header. They used to use, instead of this, they were for regular HTML, to get a header you would put div and then you'll put an ID of and then put header, and then that'll give you your header. That's how they do it in HTML, but in HTML5 this is how you would do it. Okay, and the header, you know, it's the top of the page. You can pretty much, it consists of your navigation bar with your logo and your hero image, stuff like that, or a hero video, whichever one. We also, like I said, with the nav, that'll be your for your navigation bar. So pretty much what that's gonna look like is NAV, and it's gonna close it out with the / nav, and then from there you can just, you know, type in your I would say your navigation bar. So let's just say we want to build a navigation bar. Another tag that you will use is the UL, which stands for unordered list. And then inside of there, you want to drop it down and space, well, tab, and then you'll use a LI for line. So the first line we will use is, let's say, home. We'll do it all caps. And then the second one Well, let's copy this first. So what we do is Control D, Control D, and Control D. We'll just do 4 of them, that's fine. And then let's just say we want to say home, services, what else? About, and contact. So this is another, uh, some other tags we'll use. This is what we'll use for like a navigation bar. And let's just say save and then go back and hit refresh. And there you go. You got your little navigation bar where you can do all your clickings and everything like that. But you can't click nothing now unless you add the A tag in front of there. So you'll put A for anchor, and then href for the reference. So you're pretty much gonna hit reference to, well, we're not gonna reference it to anything, so what we're gonna do is put a hashtag in between there and then close it, and then we can, oh yeah, gotta remove that. So we're only gonna do one, we're not gonna do all of them. We'll just do this home button and close it. So now this, with this A ref, it'll allow you to make this clickable, so you can click it to like another page. And I can hit save, and it's going to change a little bit. So now it's blue. See the finger where it looks like you can click on it, and there you go. But there's no, we're not clicking it into nothing right now. I'll show you all that later, but for now this pretty much is now clickable. So it's a button now that anchors to another page. We just have to enter it right here where the hashtag is, what page you want it to go to. But for now, that's a few tags there. There's a lot of other tags that we do use that I think I'm going to do a part 2 to this. That way I can show you some more tags. It'll probably be 2 to 3 more tags. I think I was showing a little too much in this video. But anyway, I'm going to stop it right there. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. In the next video, I'm going to talk about some more tags that you can use to build a website that I didn't go through. So it's a few more tags, not a whole lot, but a couple more. All right, see y'all in the next one. Peace.